Hello guys and welcome to today's video. So today, as you can see on screen, we've got the 7-star basic pool in front of us, and I'm going to be going through my top 5 most wanted 7-star champions. This is sort of not who the best champions are, because I would say that we know who the sort of best ones to get are. Obviously, you're looking at champs like Overseer, Domino, really great defender. Then you've got people like Elsa Bloodstone, Falcon, Mantis, Gore, like all the champs. I think it all really depends on where your account is at. As you guys know, with my account currently, I've got a lot of cosmic champs, so you might see in this list that there aren't that many cosmic champions. You'll also see that because, as you guys know, I'm sort of running with no real sort of superior skill champ, that there may be a few skill champs in here. It's all just sort of dependent on my account, and I will obviously explain that further. I would also say that the really good thing about this basic pool is that there aren't any champs like inside this whole thing who are useless or who won't be very good. You think of the science class, the worst champ in there is probably Spider-Gwen, but she's still really useful with that evade. Mango is probably the worst mystic, but he's still a really good defender and can go unstoppable and unblockable on attack. Gamora can do mega damage with her SP1 and SP2. In the cosmic class, in the tech class, we've got probably Rocket, and his new buff is semi-useful and can do still some damage. If you check out the mutant class, you can see the Sunspot or Gambit. Gambit's probably the worst champ in this whole thing, but he still has some use. And then in the skill class, finally, the worst champ there is probably Hawkeye, and he has some really nice power drain abilities and a slow. So there are still some really useful bits to each champion, even the worst champ in each class. I would also say that if you check out sort of like Karate Mike's videos, you've got Rich the Man, Legacy on some videos, Metal Sonic Doom, and then obviously the biggest creator of them all, Seaton. You'll see that the 7-stars are a whole different level of power. The amount of damage that they do is just uncomparable to sort of say a 5-star. A fully ranked 5-star is the same as like a 6-star rank 2, whereas this, or rank 3, whereas this is a 7-star basic, just straight out the pot, is the same as like a rank 3 6-star, which is, quite big damage. Even then, their power and damages and health is even more. So, as soon as you get one of these, they'll be very useful and they should be put to use immediately. So let's jump straight into this list. We'll jump over to the game and talk about sort of who is in my list of top 5 champs I most want. Right then, guys, so on screen now you can see who I have in the number 5 spot. At number 5 is, in fact, Bishop. I think Bishop comes in at 5, as I said, given my account. Maybe potentially he's definitely not the 5th best champion here. He's probably a little bit higher than that. But for me personally, I've got Professor X as a rank 3. I've got a relatively high Sig. I've got Kitty Pryde as a rank 3, who'll probably go to a rank 4. And so at the minute, I've got the best mutant champ in the game. Probably the sort of 5th best mutant champ in the game. The 7-star definitely wouldn't go amiss. I'd really like a Bishop, as I sort of mentioned in yesterday's video, with the fact that he has that Incinerate on. He can take out quite a lot of bosses in Act 8.2. The Unblockable, his dual threat in Battlegrounds and Alliance War makes him really useful. But given where my account is at right now with the mutant champions that I've got, means that I sort of want to... that there are champs in here who are sort of more desired for my account progression and who will sort of help me in the long run a bit more than, say, Bishop would. But don't get me wrong, he's a really great champ. The fact that he can go unblockable, the crit damage he can do on his SP2, the regen he has is really useful. Not too many immunities in there, but still can be a really strong champ. I think he comes in at 5 just because I've already got some of the best mutants in the game. He definitely wouldn't go amiss. He still is above some really great champs. He is the I can tell you guys now, he is the highest ranked mutant on this list. So it sort of shows you that he is the mutant I want the most. Domino would definitely be up there as the second. Great, best, probably her or Korg as the best defenders in the game. Would be nice to have, but I would like a 7-star that I can sort of enjoy using on offense. and can be good on defense, rather than a champ like Domino, who's very, very good on defense, but isn't too enjoyable to use on attack. So Bishop comes in at number 5. Let's jump into who is at number 4. So we no longer have a mutant champ. Let's take it off this, because obviously there aren't that many champions to choose from. These are obviously all of the champs. You would have seen the basic pool on screen at the beginning of this video. So in 4th place, I think it's going to be America Chavez. It was almost Falcon. It's a toss-up between America Chavez and Falcon, and I've gone with America Chavez. Currently, as Mystic champions go, I've got Rintra, a very good defender, great attacker, but I quite fancy a Mystic who just does massive damage, who can take out champs really, really, really quickly with big damage. The fact that her special 2 is unblockable makes her quite a tricky defender. You have to keep her to her SP1. Reflecting the damage is also massive, and then having sort of a buff potency reduced is something that's really, really nice. Yeah, she sort of just fits my account a bit better. I would like, as I said, I really want sort of a dominator as such. I want somebody who's going to come in and do massive bits of damage, and it's going to be useful straight away. I sort of have my best Mystic at the minute is Rintra, as you guys know, probably second best Mystic in the game. But then after that, it's Ebony Mar, who's a great defender, but not amazing on attack. I kind of want another attacking Mystic who will be able to do big damage. I also think she, given her recent buff, she looks very, very interesting. She's one who I quite fancy using. I see that Vega uses her very, very often, and there are some good videos out on how to use her on his channel. So she does come in at number 4. Her big damage is something that really appeals to me, and I just fancy getting sort of to use her more and sort of see how her playstyle is. And she is probably there with very tightly contested, as I said, with Falcon, but also with Wong. It was very much between her, Wong, and Dragon Man for this spot. Wong was in her place until very quickly. The thick problem with Wong is I feel like he's quite similar to Rintra in the fact he's a good defender and a good attacker, but Rintra is better at both. And for a minute, I think Rintra will probably be up there as my first rank 4, and maybe Mystic rank 4, and probably, unless I get Doom, my first rank 5 Mystic. And I think that, Wong, although looks very fun to play, I would prefer sort of the easier play style of America Chavez. Get used to her, do some massive yellow numbers with that SP2, and is sort of why she excels into number 4. I think you guys know here now who's going to come in at number 3. It's a champ that I used very early on in my career, sort of MCOC career. Used him a lot in Acts sort of 4, 5, 6. A little bit plain, bit boring, but you guys know what he can do, and that has to be Falcon. Falcon comes in. 1, he's just very easy to play. You guys know how to play him. The crits that he does are massive. At full sig, you can keep that recon on for ages. The fact that his SP1 and his SP2 have some little things on them. His SP1 with the Incinerates and bleeds. The bleeds, and then his SP3 with the Incinerates, and then you've also got his SP2 with big crit damage. Is something that really appeals to me. Yeah, he's definitely not probably the best defender in the skill class up here. He's probably the worst one out of all of them. But as I said, I'm looking for sort of more attacking options, or sort of champs who I really, really like. Falcon does come in at number 3 just because he shuts so much stuff down with that recon. It's always nice to have a really good evade counter. As much as I do enjoy using my Mole Man at the minute, I do think Falcon as an evade counter is probably the number 1 option. It's very easy to keep his recon going. Doesn't have too much refresh time. Taking out science champs with it is really, really useful. The problem with Falcon is not too many immunities, if any, so that does make him very tricky to use. He is maybe potentially the most boring champ on this list, but is someone who I'm still very interested in getting. And this is obviously because you guys know I'm running very low on skill. I'm no rank 3 skill champ yet. Haven't got any of sort of the mega skill champs in the game, your Nick Furies, your Shang-Chi's, your Kingpins. So it'd be quite nice to get a little 7-star skill champ to sort of boost that up. Even if that is Falcon, I wouldn't mind too much. So Falcon comes in at 3 just because of how useful he can be. and the fact that, you know, it's sort of a bit more of a nostalgic pick, as I used him for a lot of my early game, and really enjoyed him in that. So yeah, Falcon comes in as the number 3. And number 2 is to me the best champion in this basic pool, and that is, you guys already know, the Overseer. To me, he's the best champion in this game. Yes, Domino and Korg are the best defenders, and they give you something that maybe the rest of the champs don't, which is sort of amazing defensive ability, sort of outweighs anything that's in the game as far. But I just think Overseer is the best champion here. The dual threat he has is amazing. The fact that he's really good on attack and as a defender is really nice. The damage that he'll do as a 7-star is obscene. You know, you can watch videos out already on YouTube of the damage that he does. It's just, yeah, completely broken. He's one of, to me, probably the 4th best science champ in this game. So the fact that he is in this pool was actually quite a surprise to me. He's sort of the only champion in here who's top 5 in their class in sort of the 7-star pool, and Overseer does make it. I think he has some amazing immunities with the stagger immunity and the fact that he's immune to poisons. The retaliation as his SIG ability is amazing. Some of the synergies this has are really nice. The regen, the taunts, the cosmic mode. The fact that I also know how to play the Overseer as well, having had a 6-star rank 3, is something that does appeal to me. The reason he is at 2, although he is the best champ in the game, I do have Quicksilver and the Overseer already as rank 3s. Science champs who are already up there. Yeah, having a 7-star would definitely outweigh them, but if I don't get Overseer, I definitely won't be gutted, and that's sort of why he's in the 2nd position rather than being 1st. Yeah, obviously I do have science champs already, and this Overseer would be better than them, but the fact that I've already got them and I can only really currently afford one 7-star does mean that I want to get sort of somebody who fits my deck instantly, and does also mean that I don't push out any of the champs I've already ranked up, if that makes sense. So it is why Overseer comes in as the number 2, but by far the best champion in this. Maybe the champ I've got ranked at number 1 is also a very good champ. Maybe could be up there as the 2nd, 3rd best champion here. Maybe Bishop is there. As I said, with Domino, you've also got Mysterio, who's a really great champ. But yeah, Overseer just pips them to the post. Actually doesn't even just pip them. He's by far the best champ, and is why he comes in at number 2 for me. But just isn't at number 1 because of those science champs and the fact that I can only afford one 7-star. So let's talk about some honourable mentions before we jump into the who's at number 1. Dragon Man, obviously, really strong Mystic champ. As I said, him and Wong at the bottom here were my 2 next Mystic champs I wanted. Both Titania and Venom were 2 champs I wouldn't mind as well. They probably would have been in the top 10 had I made this video a top 10 instead of a top 5. That's just really cool. Spider-Man, I really fancy using after his buff just to see what he's like. I did recently pull a Shuri. She is somebody who, if I got, I wouldn't be gutted at. Want to get to know her. Very, very good in long-form content. Mysterio being a great champion as well. Sasquatch with the biggest health pool in the entire game does make him very, very appealing. Mantis is someone, a skill champ, obviously, as you guys know, an attacking skill champ who does lots of damage. Does unfortunately not have too many immunities, but would fit my deck lovely. I need, as you guys know, I need that skill champ. Is sort of the staple of my channel. The fact that I can't get a skill champ, but and of course we've got Domino there as well, who one of the best defenders of 2, her or Korg. So yeah, very, very tricky to say to sort of leave those guys out, but very, very good. And then we've got Hulk and Gore, 2 big hitters. Hulk, both with recent buffs. Definitely want to use those. Wouldn't be gutted with those either. But let's jump into who my number 1 is. If you guys have watched my videos before, you already know who the number 1 is. You let me know down in the comments below right now if you guessed who number 1 is. But it's obviously Killmonger. Killmonger, to me, has him as a 4-star. Used him so much. just love this champ so much. He's one of my favorite MCU villains, so that also does make him very attractive to me already. His reverberation sig ability is very, very cool, and the fact that you can sort of reflect that damage, but also you can sometimes take no damage from an SP3 is really, really, really nice. The indestructible that he has in his kit, again, something that's very, very interesting. The vibranium armor is something that's sort of on the side there that you don't realize how good it is until you use them consistently. And then we've got the unstoppable and bleed. This is by far my most desired champ. If I got Killmonger, I would not complain at all. I would absolutely love this. He's definitely my most desired champ. He fits that skill, the skill sort of gap that I've got here. If you look at my you can see there my top 12 champs. Not one of them is a skill champ. No rank 3 is a skill champ yet either. Potentially could take Black Panther or Mole Man up, but I personally don't actually enjoy playing Mole Man that much, and Black Panther maybe isn't powerful enough, and I'm sort of saving for a new rank 3, who I'm not sure who it is yet. I would love to get Killmonger in here. The actual synergy he would get with Black Panther would actually make me want to potentially upgrade him. So obviously that comes out tonight, the 7 stars, and don't know where I'm going actually. Let me go back to the 7 stars. Yeah, so obviously these come out tonight. If I could get a Killmonger, I'd absolutely love it. I think that's by far the it's by far my most desired champ. Fits my account perfectly and is somebody I really, really want. So that does it for my top 5 most desired 7-star champs. If you guys also have, if you think I've missed anyone out, do let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, we've got those honourable mentions already. Killmonger up there. Skill champ is definitely what I want. Let me know in the comments what you want, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.